Hi, hello there. Welcome to my channel, Maze's Life, where in today's video I want to go over my week 1 budget update for my July 2026 monthly budget. So let's go ahead and get started, but if you like this type of video, please like, subscribe. But here in the upper left hand corner you can see my income. So far for this month I've received my main income, no stipends, and then I add back in what I contribute to my pension. Then for my food stand, that's my second job, I planned this month to work a little bit less, so I only budgeted to make $2,500 for my second job this month compared to last month, which if I were to click over, I made almost $3,500. So $2,500 is my goal to make for my second job this month. I have here in black what I've already made, and in red how much more I need to make to get to $2,500. This $675.68. That was my page from working 2 weeks ago, and I did not work that weekend. So this is 4 days worth of pay. I believe it was just Thursday, Friday, and Tuesday. And I think this is a pretty good paycheck. Yeah, no, Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, because it was 4 days. So I think that since this is a pretty good paycheck, I might not work the weekends going forward. I'm not sure yet. The weekend is where I get paid the most in tips. I can make double or sometimes even triple the amount in tips. But for my sanity, I don't 100% need the money, so we'll see how it goes. I will be working this upcoming weekend, but I did not work last weekend, so I didn't work the past 2 weekends in a row, but this upcoming weekend I do plan on working. Okay, so let me scroll down so you can see all of my expenses. So here are my expenses in the expense categories on the left hand side. Here's how much I budgeted, and then week 1 is how much I've spent already. So for subscriptions, I had planned, because I have a week off next week for All-Star Week, to maybe binge watch some TV shows. I'm not sure, but I figured I would probably need to download a subscription streaming service. This $7 was how much it cost several years ago, and I have not looked at the price now of Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus to see if that's still accurate. I know for a fact it's not, but I may or may not watch some shows. I already have access to Amazon Prime, Paramount, and now AMC and HBO Max, because that's my parents' account. So I may not even download anything, but $7 I did not spend. And then for the personal beauty fund, I budgeted $50 because I did want to buy like a new red shirt for 4th of July, but I ended up not buying a new shirt. I wore what I already had. If you watched my try-on, one of my shorts, I wore the red shirt with the little tassels on the bottom, or fringe. But I also needed to get some new hair products and some blush, and maybe a few other things. So that's why I budgeted $50. But I haven't spent anything yet. For parking and work, so I paid $100 for a monthly bus pass. So instead of seeing the $10 each week, I now just budget $100, and I will get that reimbursed. But as of right now, I haven't yet because the governor has not yet approved the budget. So once he approves the budget, then I can start getting reimbursements. And then $17.85 because I hurt my back. I think I pinched a nerve. It feels like a pinched nerve. So I went to the ER, and then the next day I got Flexeril. So I decided to drive to work instead of taking the bus because I I slept in and I only worked a half day the next day. And parking for 4 hours downtown was $17.85. I did not realize that. I would have taken the bus or figured out something else or parked like a mile or two away. But I did not do that because I did not realize it was almost $20 for 4 hours of parking downtown. But basically that's so far my parking and work expenses for week 1. My car insurance, I pay every month. There isn't a discount for paying 6 months early, so I just pay every month. $153.31. My utilities that I pay directly to my apartment complex for trash, sewer, and something else, and water. And then I have to pay like an HOA fee. It's called a community fee. It's whatever. That's $190. But if you can see here, anything that's already kept here, the rest of the budget, those are just automated expenses. But week 1, I spent $190.05. Then my SMUD bill for my electricity came out higher than expected. It was $140, which was a huge jump compared to the month before. So I'm going to need to update this expense budget to $140. I know that's not the exact amount, but that's okay. This is just the budgeted amount. Alright, my phone bill came to $72.66. For fun, I budgeted, it was $30 for, I went to the lake and I bought a pack of drinks. $30. Household, I had originally budgeted $200 because I thought maybe I would get a house cleaner this month, but I'm not going to. So I'm going to significantly reduce this budgeted category down to $75 just because of laundry, and there may be some things I need to repurchase. I know I already purchased toilet paper and paper towels in bulk not too long ago, but there's always something that I need to buy for the house. Alright, electronics and Wi-Fi. Nothing this week, but as you can see ahead, there will be something week 3, so there's something that I need to spend here. Gas is $1.75 is what I had budgeted, but I did not spend anything week 1. I'm at a quarter of a tank, so week 2 I will be purchasing some gas though. Gifts, spend $0 on gifts. Food out. After the lake, we went to a burger spot called Jasper's. It was good. They raved about it, how great the burgers were. To me, it was just a normal burger. I mean, it was a good place, but a $20 burger? Probably not ever again. Alright, I did not give anything for tithing or giving a church. For applied to debt, I really wanted to pay off one credit card and significantly lower the balance for another credit card, so that way I could pay that one off by the end of next month as well. So I went a little over budget in spending money to debt. The reason why this is red is because I haven't yet subtracted out what was put and applied to the interest, but you can see I went a little over budget, since a little extra money to debt this first week. Specifically, I put all my minimum payments, and then my snowball of $619, I was able to put $551 to my California Coast Credit Union, and then I just gave the rest of the snowball to my Discover card, and then I put an advance, quote unquote, of about $1,400 to my Discover card as well. I just wanted to significantly lower that. Alright, savings, I already paid myself first. I sent $250 to my high yield savings account. For car maintenance, I just did not have the time last week to drop off my car for an oil change there's two things that I need to do because my car is almost at 75,000 miles, and then I need to renew my car registration because that's due on the 24th. I should have plenty of time next week to do all of that. But I'm also thinking about waiting until like my car actually hits 75,000 miles. I'm a little early on my oil change, so maybe I'll just wait until next month as well to do all of that. It's one of those things where my last oil change was 6 months ago, but I've only driven my car 2,500 miles, and an oil change is between 3,000 to 6,000 miles. So I might just wait until I hit 75,000 miles, which will be around the 3,500 mile mark. So I'll be just a little bit over the 3,000 minimum to get an oil change. So I might just wait till next month to do that. Alright, travel. There's nothing for travel for cats. Who watched my video for my June budget update, I had like $80 of gift cards. So this week I spent the $51.99 on my cat's vet insurance, and then after buying all of their treats and litter and food, I had $4.52 that I had to pay out of pocket. So that's why the small amount is there. I'll probably still end up spending the full $100, so a little bit over $40 left, just getting extra litter, extra food, just stocking up basically. Alright, for groceries I spent $71.87. That was mainly I bought a whole bunch of cherries and fruit, and 1 pack of beef shanks, and then a Costco size of Fruity Pebbles because I've just been craving cereal. But that's pretty much it. Then for health, I spent $137.61. That is my reoccurring automatic charge for my gym. Then I spent $3.96 on 3 different prescriptions at Costco. And then I sent $50 for my copay at the emergency room. My copay anywhere else is just $15, like even for urgent care, but if I have to go to the emergency room, then my copay is $50. So that's the large amount there. And then I still have $123 left to spend for this month, and that's because I had also budgeted for me to go to the chiropractor and maybe get one other massage for my back. Oh, actually I did get a massage. Was that this past week? No, I think that was last month. When did I get that massage? It was it was the day I took off work for my back. What day was that? Okay, that was either Wednesday or Thursday, so that was this month. I had a coupon, so I only had to pay $65 for my back, for a massage for my back. And then that was the day that later on that day, I went to the emergency room. I was like, this massage isn't gonna help. I need a muscle relaxer. I mean, the massage helped, but I needed to go to the ER to get a muscle relaxer, and I went at 10 p.m. So I slept in, got the massage, then I went for my 9 to 5 job, but I only worked 4 hours. Then I went to my second job where I worked 6 hours, and then it was sometime after 10 p.m. Then I went to the emergency room downtown, and I did that specifically because if I go after 10 p.m. then I don't have to pay for parking downtown because the meters are free. So I've been to the ER a few times for my back, and I always wait until after midnight to go. And I was in and out of there in like 30 minutes an hour because it is like a chronic condition that I deal with. Alright, for my rent. My rent, I spent $14.31. My budgeted section, I have it a little bit higher simply because my rent could technically go up, but it has not gone up in about 2 years, I believe now. So, a little over 2 years. So I keep waiting for them to renew our leases and raise the rent, but they haven't. But just in case they do, I have been having to budget for it. Okay, then there's my retirement. So typically on July 1st, I would get a raise, and then I would get another raise on August 1st. But the governor has not approved the budget yet, so my raise hasn't gone in yet. But when I do get my raise, it'll be backdated. So I'm just going to go ahead and subtract this down to what it should be, and I just know that my raise will come eventually. But once the raise comes, my pension has to, take from that raise. Because if I get a 5% raise, well, my pension will then need to increase more for that. Okay. And then for my interest, I'm just waiting on my student loans to calculate the interest. But once it does that, then I'll be able to put in how much I paid towards interest for all of my debts here, so it'll be in week 2, and then I'll subtract that number from this apply to debt section. Like I said, that's why it's still in red. Last month my interest payments was only about $59, so I'm hoping that this month it will be less. Alright, but that is it. That is the breakdown of my week 1 of July spending. Thank you for following along. If you stayed to the end of the video, I'd love to have you join me on this financial journey. So hit subscribe, click the like. My next video will be either tomorrow or the next day whenever I can see my interest payments calculate for my student loans and for my one credit card. But that video will be my debt confessions. I can't remember what month we're on. We're either on 36, I think. But yep, that'll be my July debt confessions video. So thank you for watching, and until then, I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye!